Hello everyone, welcome to Awarezen. I'm Chris Kang. Very happy to meet all of you. I'd like to welcome you to this series on Awarezen guided meditations. Today, I'd like to begin with just a few general remarks about meditation at Awarezen, and then guide you through a practice on breathing meditation. But first, let me just speak a little about how we approach meditation here at Awarezen. The foundation of our approach is what I call the direct path. A straightforward, direct, immediate recognition of our true nature, our awakened nature, our timeless being. Direct path is not so much an effort to develop or cultivate meditation, but more so a process of returning and resting in our aware being, being knowingly knowing, consciously conscious, fully aware in our sheer awareness. An awareness that is empty, transparent, unbounded, free of conditioning, unconfigured, naked, pristine awareness. Now, all these terms have meanings, and they aim to describe what is essentially quite difficult to describe. But I hope that through this series of meditations, and also through my talks at Awarezen, you will be able to catch a glimpse of what I'm speaking about, and to taste for yourself the sweetness and freedom of awareness. Now, the direct path also involves realigning the body, mind, and our experience of the world in light of this recognition, in light of this awakening to our true nature. And this outward movement, if you like, of awareness suffuses our day-to-day experience with our understanding and our recognition of our being, so that instead of experiencing more suffering and more affliction in our everyday lives, we begin to experience freedom, joy, and peace. And that our experience of this body, this mind, this world, this so-called self, is utterly transfigured, transformed. So the direct path at Awarezen involves first an inward movement into our awakened being, our awareness, and second, an outward movement into our everyday life, suffused with the light of awareness. And then finally, seeing no difference between the inward and the outward movement. It is essentially quite effortless, but at the same time, it is not something that comes habitually to us because we are habituated to a conditioned, reactive, dualistic mode of being. So at Awarezen, I recognize that for some, maybe many of you, the direct path may seem a little bit too, how to say, unreachable or unfamiliar. So as a skillful means to this recognition of our true nature, we also offer at Awarezen the gradual path, a scaffolding that leads us step by step, if you like, towards this recognition. It is a little contrived, but for a lot of us who are so familiarized, so habituated to a dualistic mode of being, for those of us who feel the need to have methods and tools, and that's not a bad thing, that's something that is just part of our condition. I like to offer a number of tools and techniques which I would call, or I would label under the gradual path. Tools such as mindfulness of breathing, of emotions, of thoughts. Tools such as cultivation of highly skillful and positive states, such as loving kindness and compassion and joy. Tools such as working with difficult emotions, working with unskillful thoughts, reframing our beliefs, and perhaps unresourceful thinking and feeling about life. Tools such as expanding the heart and cultivating sharpness, clarity, stillness of our minds. And also, very importantly, ways to hone our wisdom, our ability to see things as they are, to see things clearly, to discern penetratingly what is truly happening in each moment. So there are different tools that we can use along this gradual path. But beyond the gradual and the direct path, I also offer something else. That is, no path. It is essentially the culmination of both the gradual and direct path. So what I'm saying here is, beyond what we might call awakening or enlightenment, there's something else. No path. And what is no path? It is none other than encountering grace. And what is grace? Grace is unmerited, unearned, undeserved blessing, favor, inspiration, salvation that comes not from our self-effort or our so-called effortlessness, but rather it is entirely an initiative and a movement from the beyond, the transcendent yet immanent truth that underlies the totality of who we are, that underlies our contingent, dependent being, that underlies even our infinite, unbound awareness itself. And this is a totally new dimension, beyond self and selflessness, beyond personality and non-personality. It is best described as a communion, a relationality, a intimacy of love and being loved. in a way that transcends our limited categories. So, there we have it. Gradual path, direct path, and no path. So in this series of talks, I'd like to introduce all of you, dear friends, to what we have to offer here at Awarezen, what I'd like to offer to all of you in your journey towards being more fully human and to growing into a life of transcendence, freedom, and peace. And in so doing, may each and every one of us contribute to a culture of peace in a world that is fragmented, divided, conflicted. May each and every one of us then contribute to a world that is more loving, more compassionate, a world that is caring, not just for ourselves or for our loved ones or for others in our human community, but also for this planet that is being destroyed in every moment through the greed and hatred and delusion of our minds. So, dear friends, in this first talk, first meditation, I'd like to guide you through a beloved practice, a very well-known practice called mindfulness of breathing. And to begin with, I would like to invite you all to sit comfortably with your back straight but free of tension, your feet firmly and squarely resting on the ground. And you may use a straight back chair to help you. The main thing is to adopt a posture of wakefulness that is at the same time relaxed, free of tension. You may place your hands on your lap or any way that is comfortable for you. And when you're ready, you may close your eyes gently. And just for the first few moments, simply be aware of your body sitting on this chair, listening to my voice, awake and aware. Spend a few moments recalling your heart's innermost desire, your innermost motivation for engaging in this practice of meditation. Some of you might have a desire to be less distracted or less anxious. Others might feel the need for a greater sense of relaxation or a deeper peace. Or yet others, it might be a desire to be free of suffering completely and to be of service to others and to be compassionate, more loving, more kind. So whatever your heart's motivation, spend a few moments getting in touch with that and remind yourself with an affirmation. May I, through the practice of this meditation, experience greater peace or develop greater compassion or experience freedom from suffering So whatever your motivation is, you may fill in the blanks. Having done that, just let your breathing be smooth and natural. There's no need to control, just allowing the in breath and out breath to flow freely and naturally in its own rhythm, its own speed. Breathing in, you're conscious breathing in. Breathing out, conscious of breathing out. Let your awareness, your attention be on the in-breath and the out-breath in a smooth and continuous manner, without any interruption. So breathing in, you might notice the sensation of the breath flowing in through the nostrils. Breathing out, again, you are conscious of the sensations of breathing out through the nostrils. And it is natural and very common to find that the mind drifts away. That instead of attending to your breath, you're getting distracted with thoughts, thinking about the past, thinking about the future, or even wondering what you are doing right now, wondering about whether this meditation is good for you, wondering if you are doing it correctly. So different thoughts like that might arise. Simply notice these thoughts, and the moment you are conscious of them, just let them be. And return to your breathing. Doing so gently, without any sense of guilt or condemnation or judgment. Simply noticing the thoughts, letting them be, and returning to your breath. Breathing mindfully in, breathing mindfully out. Not trying to achieve anything, not trying to get anywhere, simply being here, being in the now, being with the breath, breathing mindfully. Every time the mind drifts away, just notice, let be, and return to the breath. No matter how many times this happens, just simply notice, letting thoughts be, and return to the breath. No dramas, no force, no resistance, natural being. Breathing in mindfully, breathing out mindfully. If the breathing is long and deep, just notice that. If the breathing is short and shallow, just notice that. Noticing without judging. If it's a long breath, conscious of breathing in a long breath. If it's a short breath, conscious of breathing in a short breath. And gradually allowing the stillness to arise as your mind becomes more and more settled on the breath. Just noticing the quietness, stillness that arises. The mind continues to be active and busy. That is fine. Just continue to notice the busy mind and then returning to settle on the breath. Whether the mind is busy or whether the mind is quiet, you are conscious, you are aware, you are mindful. Mindful of whatever is happening in each moment. So now, as we conclude this meditation practice, bring your attention back to your whole body, sitting here on the chair, your feet grounded, and just affirm once again from your heart. And may I realize the peace or the happiness, the freedom, the compassion that I desire through the practice of meditation. So sealing your meditation session with a dedication of that energy of your meditation practice to the realization of your motivation, your initial desire. So dear friends, you may slowly open your eyes and finish up your practice. Well done. Thank you for sharing your presence and your mindfulness, and for dedicating yourself to this journey of meditation. This is just a first taste of the many different aspects and approaches to meditation at Awarezen. And I would encourage you to, if you don't already have a meditation practice, to start the practice of mindfulness of breathing. You may practice that once or twice a day. The early morning hours are best, but because we have busy schedules, you might find some time in the afternoon or the evening to be more appropriate. So find a good and convenient time, find a conducive space in your home, set it up as a meditation area where you can sit comfortably, where you can sit undisturbed, and just meditate on your breath. Be mindful of your breathing as you have been instructed in this video. You can do that for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So do not sit for too long initially. Just starting with something realistic for you, and then gradually increasing the duration of your practice. You may like to use this video, the appropriate section of this video, where you can listen to my guidance, if that helps you. So, meanwhile, relax, enjoy, and let meditation be something that is enjoyable rather than something that is painful or effortful. You will need an investment of energy, yes. You need an investment of your interest and dedication. And most of all, one needs to be patient and to allow the meditative process to unfold in the course of your daily lives. So thank you all once again. Continue to tune in. I'll be sharing more and more practices, tools, perspectives on meditation in this series. And I hope you will join me regularly in this time, this space of Awarezen. Thank you, dear friends. Be well, be whole, be blessed. Namaskar.